In the headlines, schools officially reopened their doors island-wide to grade 6 and Form 5 students on Wednesday, and education officials were spotted making the rounds and overseeing the initiative. With the partial reopening of school on Wednesday, we get the reaction to the initiative from the students and parents themselves. And Labour Minister Stephenson King admonishes the attempt to stifle the press. All this and more coming up in tonight's broadcast.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovely and Amy Joseph.
Good evening. It is Wednesday, the 3rd of June, 2020. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News Edition on Flow, Channel 117, Kiss FM, and our Caribbean Hot FM mobile app. I'm Rochelle Gonzalez, standing in for lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. Schools partially reopened on June the 3rd for grade 6 and Form 5 students. The principal, as well as the health and safety coordinator of the Ave Maria Girls' School, explained how the morning went. On the grounds of the school was Michelle Charles, permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, verifying whether students and teachers were transitioning smoothly.
On Wednesday, Principal of the Ave Maria Girls Primary School, Valerie St. Helen Henry, said the morning was smooth sailing as procedures were adhered to by the students upon their return to the school compound.
We welcome our girls. They were on time. They lined up. We did not have to give too much instructions. They knew what to do. They knew which classes they had to go to. They knew the procedure at the gate. The effort of the team here, my auxiliary staff, the team at the gate, my janitors, my caretaker, they welcomed them and they proceeded to their classes where they met with the teacher who was supervising them. And I must say, it was a smooth sailing for us this morning with no hitches. The children were happy to be here. I heard them speaking to each other whilst they were seated. But they knew the procedure: do not leave your seat, do not leave the class without permission. And they were engaging in conversation. I was listening to her. They were very excited to be here.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Michelle Charles, was on compound, ensuring that students were settling in well and all protocols set for the schools were being adhered to.
This morning, today marks the first of 2 days where we will be doing various site visits at our schools to ensure that everything is in order. We really wish to let parents know that the ministry is on the ground. We're providing the oversight and the necessary support to our students and our teachers. We want to ensure that everything is going according to the plan that we would have put in place, especially to ensure health and safety and to minimize any kind of environment that would cause persons to worry. So we want to ensure that everything is okay. So we're walking through our schools, making sure that the students are in. And from our observation so far, everything seems to be going smoothly.
Charles indicated that while all schools may not be visited, teams have been broken up into 4 in order to visit every district. Districts 1 to 4 will be visited on the 3rd, while districts 4 to 8 will be visited on the 4th of June. Health and Safety Coordinator Ember Placid explained the various protocols that students at the Ave Maria Primary School would now have to adhere to.
The students, of course, we have to adhere to the protocol. So the students line up outside, 6 feet apart, as usual. Before they enter the gate, the temperature is taken by myself and as well as one of the securities here at the school. They're also given hand sanitizer before they come inside. They also must wear their mask. The parents, however, you drop off the students by the gate and you leave. We do not accept the parents coming in with the students, because of course it can be a risk for everybody, right? So we try to keep that as a minimum. Of course, we have 15 students per classroom, spaced apart, so that things can be done easier.
He has assured that students will continuously be reminded of the new rules in a bid to help them remember and follow the protocols.
Children will be children. We know that for sure. Children at some point will forget protocols. They will want to hug somebody. They will want to be children. So what we have placed is drills. Every morning we are going to have drills done so the students can remember exactly what we are here for. We are not immune to this pandemic, so we must remember it every single day. So we are going to have drills done. Right after prayers, we are having drills. so that they can remember what happened. Tomorrow, the same thing. Next week, until common entrance time.
Teachers and parents have indicated that everything possible will be done to aid students with their retransitioning to class-based instruction, as well as keep them safe and remind them of the many protocols which must be followed to ensure the virus is not contracted or spread. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Meanwhile, the Hot 7 team was on the ground on Wednesday, June 3rd, to get a feel of the transition from virtual learning to physical instruction from students and teachers. As usual, the Ave Maria Girls Primary School was very receptive to our news team.
Schools have officially reopened for grade 6 and Form 5 students today, Wednesday, 3rd June 2020. Hot 7 is on the ground to gauge the reactions of teachers and students as they transition from e-learning back to a physical instruction. Right behind me, we have the principal of the Ave Maria Girls Primary School, who is welcoming her teachers and students back to school. Grade 6 teacher Nasha Michelle indicated nothing but pure bliss to be in the presence of her students once again. However, she is hopeful that all challenges faced by the students and teachers maneuvering the new parameters for learning will be tackled head-on.
Well, first of all, I'm happy to be here with my girls again. It was very difficult, very challenging, not being able to see them, not being able to physically touch them. But now I'm here, even if I still cannot do it, but I feel a lot better. It will be a challenge for them because they are children and they will have some difficulty, but I think that they will give it their best, and we as a staff at Ave Maria, we will try to enforce this as much as possible.
A parent dropping off her ward stated she believes wholeheartedly that the administration of Ave Maria will ensure the safety of her child.
Well, to be honest, the teacher and the principal has assured us that they will follow the protocol and they will do what is right for the children, social distancing, make sure that they have their packed lunch and everything. So I'm comfortable. So I think they're trying to do a good job. I'm pleased with them.
Many students indicated that they were excited to be at school and with friends again, despite all the new rules and protocol that they now have to follow.
I'm nervous because I don't want to get the virus, but I'm also happy at the same time that I get to see my friends. I feel like it will be very difficult to remember all of them, but at the same time you have to stay safe.
I feel very excited just to be with my friends, my teacher. They're kind of like my second family, and I love them so much. Being out instead of being cooped up in the house all day long, it's like a dream come true. I never thought I would be out with my friends so early in the pandemic.
To see my friends and my beautiful teacher.
One student, however, indicated that although she is happy to be back, she prefers virtual classes.
Actually, I actually like the Zoom classroom. Even though we couldn't see each other, we were still getting the work done, and my teacher explained the work very clearly, so it was good. And I'm happy that we are here today. I do feel affected because if we were in the school, we could have learned new topics, and I find we were just doing what we had already done. Well, at least we could do something new, I guess, or just practice the same things.
And we are back at school. Let us see what the following weeks will bring. Yes, miss. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
A freak accident claimed the life of a construction worker in Vieux Fort on the afternoon of Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020. Dead is Paul Dormant of Piero Vieux Fort, who succumbed to injuries sustained after a wall collapsed on him. Spokeswoman for the St. Lucia Fire Service, Stacey Joseph, gave the details of the tragedy.
At approximately 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday, 2nd June, personnel at the Vieux Fort Fire Station responded to a call at Piero Vieux Fort. Information received indicated that a concrete wall collapsed on a male construction worker on a house renovation site. The responding officers found one male appearing in his 30s, unresponsive and with no vital signs. It was observed that the patient had deformities on his body. CPR was immediately initiated and continued en route to the St. Jude Hospital, where the patient was pronounced dead by a medical practitioner.
Drummond recently celebrated his 50th birthday on the 4th of April 2020. In other news, following an incident at the Royal Jail site which left the Hot 7 news team covered in dust, Minister for Infrastructure Stephenson King has admonished the efforts of local contractors who are making deliberate efforts at intimidating the press. Several other media personnel have reported unfavorable experiences at the demolition site whilst trying to do their jobs.
The quest to find out who gave the authorization to demolish the Royal Jail is still ongoing. On Tuesday, Minister for Infrastructure Stephenson King indicated that his ministry was not in charge and they were simply given the task to supervise the demolition.
The demolition of the old prisons certainly didn't have my input. It was a matter which resided in the Prime Minister's office, and the Ministry of Infrastructure was simply asked to supervise the activity there. So we were not involved, and it really wasn't a project under our supervision.
After the demolition of the Royal Jail on Saturday 23rd May, several incidents have occurred between the press corps and contractors at the site. King says these tactics being used to intimidate media personnel is outright unacceptable.
I believe this is a dangerous practice. I saw the video and it cannot be condoned, it must not be condoned, and it must be condemned. The media has a role in our society. Their role is to cover what is going on in the country. Their role is to bring the people up to date with the news. They are to educate the general public, and we must certainly be tolerant with the media. There's sometimes media can be a bit, inquisitive. Sometimes the media can seem to be harassing. But at the end of the day, I believe the media is hungry for news, and therefore it doesn't mean that you can abuse the media.
More than 2 media personnel on various occasions have indicated that rubble was spread directly in their vicinity of reporting. King asserts that the media is an important player within a democratic society and cannot be silenced. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. Still to come, the Castries South MP says a new law passed by the government is too harsh. Infrastructure Minister Stephenson King says COVID-19 placed a spanner in preparation works for the hurricane season. And all officers involved in the George Floyd murder have been arrested. Stay with us, we'll be right back.